On today's show, we firstly head over to China and to the Zhuzhou circuit as we bring you rounds 5 and 6 of Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. Then we wrap up a bumper year of FIA sanctioned motor racing with the 2022 season review of FIA Pure Motorsport. Then we head to the Ben Motorsport Park in South Australia and look back on all the action from the final round of the My Bike Motorcycle Insurance Australian Superbike Championship presented by Motul held last weekend. And later in the show, we wind back to 2021 and head to Pukekohe Park in New Zealand, where we bring you highlights of the opening round of the Ryco 24/7 NZ V8 Ute Series. This is Speedweek.
Once again. Right, it's a nice manoeuvre. It's got the overlap and there's a touch. Lights will illuminate when they go out. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with that championship battle, but let's take a look at the Zhuzhou circuit. 14 corners, 2 1/3 miles, 3 3/4 kilometres. Smashing racetrack, really well thought out, using the natural undulations. Overtaking, well, maybe at turn 1, turn 3, definitely at the bottom of the hill. 5 and 6 as well. And from that area at 5 and 6, you sweep up the hillside and then over the top, back down through 13 and 14 to the start finish line. Lovely bit of elevation change there. Turn 1 does tighten, and we've seen contact there in the past, so if you are going to overtake, you've got to be absolutely alongside. Could be an action area there in the early part of our 2 races this weekend. Let's take a look at the championship points. Liu Ye has won everything and has a decent lead for Zhuzhou Racing ahead of Lincoln for BD Group in second. Daniel Liu went long down to third after not too happy last race weekend. Toyue in fourth and Luke Lo in fifth. In Pro-Am, 20 points between first and second. Liu Wei for R&B, Bajin Long in second, and he's got 20 points ahead of Zhu Buang for the Porsche Break, Jing Central and Goudelport. Min Hung and Wang Zhongwei make up the top 5. He's that tight championship battle in Am. Tang Robin newcomer to the championship for Climax ahead of Eric Kwong and Henry Kwong, with Jackie Wu and Zhu Xiao 4th and 5th. Well, the weather is playing along. I like to say that that's 95% chance of staying dry rather than 5% chance of rain. Temperature 30 Celsius with the 1 minute board in the air at the front of the grid. That's going to be a bit warmer on the track, but still well within the operating parameters of the Michelin tyres. Let's get off on the formation lap and give you a look at the grid, as has been pretty much every round at bar 1, I think, this season. Liu Ye, the 777 Zhuzhou Racing on pole position from Lincoln. Toro Racing's Liu Qilo and Yuan Bo from Zhengtong Auto. Both fast starters, those two. Watch out for those two through turns 2 and 3. Liu Wei is the leader in the Pro-Am category, with Daniel Liu and long last year's champion alongside him. Toyue in the 86, the Racing Zhang Zhendong car alongside row 5. Bian Ye and Hong Xinjie for Team C and D. Shobi 1 and Min Hung on row 6 in the 2 and the 66 behind them. Bajin Long, who I don't think will enjoy being in the middle of the pack, actually want to come forward from there. Li Chao alongside. There's our class championship leader and pole sitter, Tang Robin. Nicely done in qualifying for him. Team Jebsen's 55, Gao Yujie and Henry Kwong, and one of the drivers, as is Eric Kwong, Xu Xiao, and at the back is Jackie Wu. Jackie will admit that qualifying is not one of his strong points, but he does race very well. He'll make up positions. Green flag at the back of the grid. Red lights go off, and we are racing at Zhuzhou. Ooh, pretty even start from the front, and a bit of pressure for Liu Ye as up the inside. Ling Kong for BD Group gets through on the inside. There was a little touch there. He's ahead. Meantime, oh, the spinner in the middle of the pack. That is, I think that's Bao Jinlong actually. I said he wouldn't like being in the middle of the track, but the car looks okay. Meantime, 1, 2, 3 wide. Over to the extreme right for the drivers, for our pole sitters, trying to do the cutback. He's let the two other guys go ahead of him. There's a touch between Toyue in the 86 and Daniel Lu Wenlong, and Daniel's come straight back on off the grass. Oh, and Toyue's up in the air and collides with another car. I think that's Lu Wei, who's just gone through. Definitely Daniel Lu Wenlong in that. The red flag is out. That could be our Pro-Am leader out of this race. No time even to put the safety car out. We haven't had a full racing lap, so I think the cars will come back the grid. Well, there's Bian Ye in the number 3 Shanghai Yonder machine. Let's take another look at it from the start. Red lights go out now. Pretty decent start. 66, Min Hung got a storming start further back in the dark red Toro machine. Really good turn 2 for the number 22, Ling Kung. That is Bajin Long, who got spun, which means he's avoided all of this nonsense. Here's the front 3 together going down the hill into turn 3. Now that's kind of all right. There's a little bit of bumping and barging, but it starts going in through the middle of the corner there. The black 86 pushes the number 20 wide, but then Daniel Lu Wenlong comes straight back in and hits Bian Ye. He's in the middle, then Toyue is over the top, and that is Lu Wei, the R&B racing car that was in the air. We've lost 6 cars from the grid, although one will start from the pit lane. Bajin Long with left rear damage in that early incident at turn 1. There he is on driver's right as we're racing again. Well done to our marshals for a great cleanup just half an hour ago since we went green last time. And it's Liu Ye who is leading out. We've lost the number 66 Toro Min Hung, Bian Ye, Toyue, Daniel Lu Wenlong, and significantly the number 4 of Lu Wei. So that is going to throw championships into all kinds of confusion. There's the scene of the accident, the oil, dry dust just sitting there. Now I'm going to have to keep an eye on what's going on behind the leaders, because it's all about getting some championship points back for Team Shanghai Yonder's Bajin Long. His major championship contender out of the race. Liu Ye is leading the race in the 777. Pro-Am leader Lu Wei in that number 4 purple and black car, not on the grid after that incident. Absolutely nothing he could have done about that, but these kinds of incidents, they can shape championships. There's the number 55 going through, the Team Jebsen car of Gao Yujie. That's the sort of silver, whitey silver and blue car on the side. Now there's our 2 hard chargers, the number 99, Lo Kilo for Toro, chrome red and grey. Behind that, the red, white and black of Yuan Bo, Zhangtong Auto. And they are sitting in 3rd and 4th position at the moment. Not quite as good a start for the white and pink car ahead of them. as the first time around. It's the Lincoln BD Group machine. Oh, off in the background. Yes, Jackie Wu. Well, that's very unusual that Jackie makes a mistake in the race. It's the Shanghai Pudong racing car. Sitting in 4th in the championship in the AM category, coming into this 2-race weekend at Zhuzhou. Well, as we've seen all season, Liu He for Junji Racing is pulling away from the field. I think Jackie's got back on, by the way. Just looking at the timing, keep an eye on that. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, the cars that did not restart. Daniel Liu went long, Toyue, the number 3 of Pianye, and the 66 of Min Hum. Number 4, Liu Wei, it's showing a lap down, but I don't believe Liu Wei was actually on the grid. Kiddie World 23 goes through, or does he? Battling with Tang Robin. That's the battle for AM, excuse me. Or have we got the 91 through already? Actually, we've got Henry Kwong's gone through already. There he is, just disappearing down the hill with that yellow and red and black rear end in his car. Tang looking at the back of that very highly coloured, very brightly coloured machine of Eric Kwong. So Henry leading that category at the moment for Triple Ace Racing. His brother in 2nd and Tang Robin in 3rd. That's going to bring things much tighter together as well. New fastest lap there. You do get points for fastest lap. 8 point. 7.18. Ewan Bohr just losing ground a little bit from Luki Loy in the 99. And there's another spin. Oh, that's Tang Robin. So that was 3rd position in the AM category. I think he's held on to that. Well, that, I think, is the first mistake I've seen him make all year. He's been on the podium pretty much every race and had pole position here for race 1. Grid positions set in a single qualifying session with your fastest lap giving you your position on race 1 grid. 2nd fastest lap in that session gives you position for race 2. So let's pick up some battles further down the field. There's the number 12 going through, Wang Zhongwei for Climax Racing. And it's a Pro-Am car, you can tell that. With the AM car behind. 55 is the Team Jebsen car, and in front of that is Li Chao. The Team Better Life. Different numbers, colours, means they're not in the same class, but they are battling for honour out on the circuit. Team Jebsen, our defending champion team. Daniel Liu went long draw for them last year. He's moved over to Maidong Racing for this year. Sorry, sight of some Porsches parked to drivers right there after that incident early on. Our leader in the 777 yellow and black car, Liu He. Note the time on the left-hand side. We are time certain. It's a number of laps or 30 minutes from the red lights going out. And actually we've been slightly shortened up because of the time we lost, almost half an hour. Which actually was not a long time at all for the track workers. They did a great job to get that multiple car incident cleared up out of turn 3 down towards turn 4. In fact, where the field have just come through, now coming down from 4 to 5. Still that battle going on for 10th and 11th place. White and green car is the number 12 of Wang Zhongwei, Climax Racing, and that is the AM leader behind, the number 91. So this is a very good run to just outside the top 10 for Henry Kwong. Meantime, at turn 3, and there you can see the remnants of that accident to driver's left. So still Li Chao and the number 9 Team Better Life car with Team Jebsen, the white and blue car. That's the 55 of Gao Yujie. And they are battling for 8th and 9th position. That is Pro Am and Pro in behind. 55 is a Pro car with the white numbers. 3.5 seconds. Leo here out in front at the moment. Let's go up to the top 6. This is the number 17 of Hong Xinjie, Team CSD. C&D, that distinctive red, white and blue. By the way, Bao Jinlong up to 13th from the pit lane. And incredibly, 5th position in his class. So these are important fighting points for Bao after that coming together on turn 1, which broke a left rear suspension part. Well inside the last lap now for the 777. The Zhuzhou racing car. 3.5 seconds ahead of Lin Kong. Still battles going on further down the field. Inside the top 10, actually, the 55. The leader of those 3, we call it 4 cars now. 55 is Gajue, behind the number 9. That's the 8th position for the Team Jebsen car. And in fact, number 9, Li Chao, has lost a couple of positions there on the last lap. Out of the final corner, checkered flag in hand. There's your winner. And right at the end, there's a coming together. And wow, this is great news for Bao Jinlong, because that is one of his class contenders, I think. Yes, it is. That's the number 12, Wang Zhongwei, Climax Racing car. Well, this is a journey that the 777 knows very well indeed. Another win for Liu Ye.
I didn't get a really good start, and we had a really good fight with the other 2 young drivers behind me. Then I heard this red flag, and my teammate nearly got hurt, so I was worried. And it's lucky they all fine get up the car in one piece. Then the second start was all right. I managed to get used to the clutch, so we lead towards the end.
Let's confirm the result then. Liu Ye with yet another victory and extends his record-breaking run of first positions. BD Groups, Lin Kang in second, Lucky Lo in third, just off the podium, Huan Bo ahead of Zhang Xingdong. Hong Xinjie takes the Pro-Am category, Henry Kwong the Am in 9th, but Bao Jinlong up to 11th place, and that nets him 3rd in the Pro-Am category. Those are great battling points, considering he started from the pit lane, and it looked like he might not even get into that race when he had that accident at turn 1. The red flag and that long period of delay really going in Team Shanghai Yonda's favourite. Top 15 finish for Team KRC and Xu Xiao. Jackie Wu fighting back to 16th position. And then the cars that didn't finish the race, none of those starting the race on its restart, all involved in some way, shape or form in that incident between turns 3 and 4 at the first time of asking. Big note there is Lu Wei R&B Racing, our championship leader in Pro-Am. As the cars roll off on their formation lap, let's take a look at the grid. Liu Ye on pole again from Lin Kong, so same front row as we had yesterday. Pro-Am championship leader, 4th position on the grid. Yuan Bo, 6th position. What can he do from there? Bao Jinlong, great race yesterday from pit lane to close down that championship lead. Top 10 made up by Zhou Wang and Hong Xinjie. Lin Hung in the 66, qualified in 11th. Did a lot of work going on overnight. Daniel Liu went long, way down, didn't get a good second lap. Henry Kwong and Tang Robin, effectively the front row of the AM category in 15th and 16th, with Eric Kwong just behind them in that so tight battle for honours in the AM category. Remember, just a point now, Tang Robin's advantage in that championship standing. Green flag at the back of the grid as we go racing again and again. It's a fabulous start from Liu Ye. That black and yellow car didn't even feel the need to defend on the inside. Look at the 99, Lucky Low car. He's almost through, but not quite. That was stout defending by Ling Kung in the white and pink car, but the leader has shot away. It's like he was from a catapult there. Everybody else battling for the minor positions. As we come down to turn 3, let's hope we get through and down the hill okay, which we didn't do yesterday. There's still the evidence on the driver's left there, because that isn't the racing line, so the preparation that soaks up the oil, it just hasn't been run over by any of the support racers here. Mistake by Ling Kang for BD Group, sends him wide, and that's all the invitation that Lo Kilo in the red-fronted Toro 99 needs. On the wrong side though, down at the bottom of the hill. What about the cutback? Get some power on, going up the other side. Yes, nicely done, but can't get the overlap. Sitting in behind there, it's the 233, Zhong Zhendong racing. Now, 65's had a problem. That's Zhuhai, team KRC. I think there was liquid coming from her car on the right-hand side. There are radiators there at the front of these Cup cars, and she will have to take it very easily to get back to the pits. Leader has shot away. What a season it has been for Shunxi Racing and Liu Ye. Look at the gap he's got after the first lap. 2 seconds plus, amazing stuff. Ling Kang in second, Lucky Low. Then Zhong Zhendong. Side by side. It's the other Toro car down the field. The 66, Min Hung. And having to do a bit of stout defending as Daniel Liu Wenlong goes down the inside. Well done to his team, Maidong Racing, for getting that car put back together. He was right in the midst of the accident yesterday, and did receive a grid penalty. That's why he started so far down the grid. That was for an unsafe rejoin, which was the catalyst to that nasty accident that took out effectively half a dozen cars. Number 91, that's Henry Kwong, Triple Ace Racing. And now I think that's Xu Xiao, the Team KRC car that we saw having the incident early on. Yellow flags waving at the moment, upgraded to a full course yellow and the safety car, whilst Xu Xiao's car, I did think I'd seen a little bit of fluid. Let's go back and have a look at the start. It's a brilliant getaway by the pole sitter. Look at the battle for second. As round the outside, look low for Toro. Everything going on all right. Let's see if we can see what happened to Xu Xiao. Mostly silver car. That number 65, Team KRC. Can't see any issue there. It's normally in the braking areas. Maybe just miss your braking. Well, there was the incident. Not sure what she came into contact with, but there definitely was some fluid coming out of that car. So in behind the Taycan all-electric safety car, Lucky Low, number 99, looking at the back of the number 22 and Kang BD Group machine, trying accelerating and braking, not because he can't keep a steady speed. There's no cruise control on these cars, of course, but what he's doing, he's putting energy and therefore heat into his brakes and tyres. Back to the green flag, down to turn 1, turning in now, and through turn 1, now towards turn 2. No defence at all by Liu Ye, Shunxi Racing. as he disappears over the top of the brow down towards turn 3. Sorry, got a couple of cars lengths further back. Oh, now teammates on driver's left as they spread out. Now let's make sure that these guys are right. Not the same class, of course. Bianye is the first of those two Shanghai Yonder cars. Bao Zhilong is the second. Numbers 3 and 6, if you can pick out the numbers. They are pretty large on the screens. Really helpful, isn't it? I think it's a great idea. Also right in there now behind the number 3, Daniel Lu Wenlong has gone through. He's making up positions. That's the number 20 car, the sort of chrome blue and satin black machine. There he is, just poking the nose out. Actually a bit more silver on the front of Daniel's car. I suspect that's a replacement panel there. They are all supplied in GT silver. The battle's down towards turn number 5 and 6. Right-hander coming up next. And that is the number 4 of Lu Wei. Needs points here. The championship leader in Pro-Am, but his championship lead being cut massively. Then the two Shanghai Yonder cars together again. Daniel Lu Wenlong's got past both of them now, and he's homing in on the back of the red, white and black car of Yuan Bo. Oh, great dive up the inside by Min Hung in the 66. Splits the two teammates. And again, evidence of some new panels there as well, I think, with an unpainted rear bumper on, I think that's Bianye's car, isn't it? Number 3. And then side by side again as off the track goes Hung Shizhe in the 17 team C&D car. Well, I tell you what, it's still all elbows out, isn't it? Even after that incident in the first race. We're getting towards the end of the season now, and points at a premium. There's the arm leader coming around the outside of Hung Shizhe. It's a tough manoeuvre to pull off. Switches to his right now, to his left, putting a lot of pressure on. Got his brother behind him in the multicoloured Kiddie World car with the pink rear end on that car. And here's Daniel Lu Wenlong, desperate to get some points, needs to get his championship defence back on track. He's right up the rear tailpipes of the 718 of Yuan Bo down through turn 3. Daniel has not had the cleanest of seasons. A couple of penalties this year. Dives down the inside, but he's not close enough. It's through turns 5 and 6. Lovely circuit this here at Zhuzhou. Second time we've been here this season for the 2022 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia Championship. And there goes the move. Daniel Lu Wenlong gets it done, but it's not over. Yuan Bo fighting back, almost a touch there. Bo on the outside this time. Tries to come around. Now he'll do the crossover to the right-hand side of Daniel Lu Wenlong. Brilliant racing. Exactly what we hope to see. Daniel just forcing Yuan Bo a little bit wide. Behind them, another gaggle of cars. As soon as you start to fight, as soon as you get off the ideal racing line, you're going to pull people closer to you. Bao Zhilong is the Team Shanghai Yonder car that's joining in that fight. Different coloured number means a different class. So Bao just looking for overall positions. By the way, Liu He has not pulled away quite as much from the number 22 of Lin Kang. Just under a second there, 3/4 of a second last time they crossed the line. Down towards turn 3. Daniel Lu Wenlong's pulled away now from Yuan Bo. Yuan Bo is struggling maybe a little bit with his tyres. You only get an exact allocation here, and it's your decision whether you save a set of brand new tyres for the second race. It could be that Yuan Bo in that 718 is on a used set but he's certainly just over halfway through this race, finding it difficult to slow the car and to get off the corners, to the point where he's being closed down on by the number 6 of Bao Jinlong. And in behind there, that's the Toro car as well of Min Hung. Toro car at the front of the field as well in 3rd position. Liu Ye has not broken away. Lin Keng. In fact, the top 3 go across the line and they are within 3 seconds of each other. Then a little bit of a gap back to Racing. And the 2-3-3. It's a play on words. It's like a chuckle, a giggle. He, if you wish, in English. And that's Zhong Zhendong behind the wheel of that car. Through to turn 1, the number 4. Liu Wei, really important that he gets some points here. 0 points last time around in his championship lead. For the first time this season in Pro-Am is under threat. 66-3 fighting as well. This is for 9th and 10th. Again, they're not in the same class. Tried telling Min Hung and the number 3 of Bian Ye that it won't get them any more points in their category. They just want to be close at the front of the field. They're racers, and that's what they want to do. They want to race. Out of turns 5 and 6, still climbing here, the far side of the circuit, right behind the pits. Lovely, sinuous circuit that we have here. A little bit of everything. Some faster corners. Brakes get a good workout as well on the downhill approach to the hairpins. Now, Daniel Liu Wenlong has caught the number 4 of Liu Wei. That again is not for class position. The leader's just gone across the line past our commentary box, and it's now 1.8 seconds between 1st and 2nd, and just under a second, how appropriately 0.911 of a second, between Lin Keng and Liu Keilo in 2nd. But here's the battle across the line. Down into turn 1 on the outside, the 66 of Min Heng and the number 3. They are swapping positions corner for corner down at turn 3. Now, is that done now, lads, or are you still fighting? Min Hung for Toro Racing, with now the number 3 behind. Wow, great racing. Really good racing. Bian Ye holding on there. All the cars are the same. The drivers are graded on their experience for the Pro and Pro-Am and Am category. Liu Wei, how hard has his team worked? That car was up in the air, up onto 2 wheels and almost flying through the air at this point of our race yesterday. And they've been through the car, the R&B racing team, to make sure that it was all okay. And this is essential for his championship. Now, what he can't afford here, as we're coming through towards the end of the race, is to get involved with Daniel Liu Wenlong. Those two came together yesterday. Liu Wei was an innocent bystander. He was just crushed in the corner as the 86 of Toyo Wei got even more airborne than he did. So he might be wise to let Daniel Liu Wenlong go here. It would be an overall position, but not a class position. Meantime, our leader, with now 2.5 seconds to go, is coming through the final corner. The checkered flag is out, and the winning streak is extended. The record is extended, and it's another win for Shunxi Racing. What a season for Liu Ye. Straight to his team to celebrate. A hop, a skip, and a jump into the arms of his team.
I feel so proud of my team. They worked really, really hard for the whole weekend, and last night they're still making sure we have a proper setup, proper balance for today's race, because it's longer than yesterday, and plus we are on old tire. So today's race for me is very, very tough at the beginning, because I know the guys behind me is on new tires, and I'm on old. So, but I know the advantage is going to be only the first couple of laps. Then after that, we can manage to pull away a little bit. So I'm really, really happy. We get 6 wins in a row, and great thanks to the team.
Well, the action-packed race and race weekend from Zhuzhou. 3.3 seconds in the end for Liu Ye. Ling Kang again in second. Can't do much, seem to do any better from the front row. Lucky Lo in third. Good result for Racing and Zhang Zhendong. Liu Wei back on winning ways for R&B Racing in the Pro-Am category, and Henry Kwong in the top 15 takes the AM category for Triple Ace Racing. Drive back through the field by Daniel Liu Wenlong, by the way, as well, for that grid penalty for his part in the accident yesterday. Finishes up in 6th and takes some points trying to get his championship charge back on. Remember, he's the defending champion. Outside the top 15, Eric Kwong will be on the second step of the podium, ahead of Tang Robin for Climax. That's going to change the championship lead, I reckon, there. Jackie Wu, once again, making up some positions and finishing ahead of Climax Racing's Wang Xiaowei. And we saw Zhu Xiao with the frontal damage, which caused that car to pull over at the side of the track. The team KRC machine not finishing the race today.
Hello and welcome to FIA Pure Motorsport. In this last episode for the year, we present a big Motorsports Games special. 16 disciplines, almost 500 participants from 72 nations. Four days packed with motorsport action for drivers, teams, and fans in the south of France. FIA Pure Motorsports presents all the disciplines, all the decisions, and all the winners, and much, much more from the FIA world of motorsports. The second running of the FIA Motorsport Games, hosted in Marseille and staged at Circuit Paul Ricard and the nearby autocross track in Vannes, is testament to diversity and inclusion. The nearly 1,000 athletes take part in a unique global celebration of motorsport.
It was there to see, people from all different regions of the world, male, female, young, older, shall we say, in some of the disciplines as well. So it was great to see that. Yeah, I think different countries do different disciplines around the world, so it's important to give the ASNs a choice of what disciplines they can come and do. Some are entry-level, grassroots-type disciplines, others more professional. So there's something for everybody, and I think that's the important thing about the Motorsport Games.
The first Motorsport Games took place in Rome in 2019. The second running of the event not only features 10 more disciplines, but also 29 additional nations taking part.
I think it's great because you put all of the countries together, the ASN together, and also for the drivers, for the participants, when you are here to race for your flag, to race for your country. That's really an amazing feeling, and it's an amazing motivation for all of these people.
Representing the UK is a very proud moment, and everyone will tell you the same for their nation, So I'm the only person here competing in esports for the UK. So there's a responsibility on the shoulders to try and do well.
I was always frustrating watching the Olympic Games and not seeing motorsport. That we created with FIA our own Olympic Games in some way, a competition of nations, and to see all the 72 nations in the opening ceremony, it's just really a dream come true.
This is the true Olympic Games of motorsport. It's the motorsport paradise.
However, unlike the Olympic Games, you have all age groups participating. 71-year-old Estonian historic rally co-driver Arvo Maslenikov is the oldest competitor of the event. 60 years his junior, Portugal's 11-year-old kart racer Rodrigo Sebra is the youngest athlete fighting for medals this weekend. Another important difference, women compete with and against the men. 15% of the participating drivers are women. And for all participants, whether male, female, old, or young, the Motorsports Games are an important experience.
They can come here, participate, and be able to compete at the highest level under the FIA flag, under the FIA umbrella, but also, and that's clearly the target of this event, bring back a lot of experience, bring back a lot of incentive for the future to come back to the next event stronger, bigger, and better.
And for motorsports fans, the Motorsports Games are unique. Nowhere else in the world can you enjoy so many different disciplines in one weekend. Even professionals who don't take part are happy about that.
I think the concept is really nice. To have so many different motorsports in same place, to have different races, I think that's cool. You can go seeing some GT cars on the track to rally or drifting or karting, whatever. So yeah, I think the concept is cool, and to have different nations also together, I think it brings a lot of new people to the sport.
The spectators, and they can come and see what is the motorsport is, what are the differences, to get closer to the motorsport. They are so different, but they are all connected, and the FIA is doing the great job connecting all the sports in one place, gathering them together. It's fantastic.
Then all that remains to be said is...
Thank you for coming. I hope that everybody has a safe, competitive and enjoyable few days at the Motorsport Games, and it gives me great pleasure to announce the Games are open.
The second run in the drifting final between Latvia and Kuwait will decide the outcome. After Ali Maksid was the leader and Kristaps Blush was the chaser in the first run, the roles are now reversed. Latvia's Kristaps Blush is the leader, Kuwait's Ali Maksid is the chaser. He has to follow the Latvian, mirror his movements, and be as close as possible. A good start, but then Team Kuwait loses contact with the lead car. Ali Maksid tries to get closer, but does not succeed. A good run for Team Latvia. Let's take another closer look. Both drivers hit the first zone. Team Kuwait misses the second zone completely, the beginning of the end. Team Kuwait no longer on the same line as Team Latvia, and the proximity is not right either. It's easy to see how big the gap is between the two cars. A clear decision. All three judges declare Kristaps Blush the winner. The gold medal for Latvia, Kuwait gets the silver, bronze goes to Poland. Team Italy's Andrea Kimi Antonelli will start the decisive Formula 4 race from pole position. Team Switzerland's Dario Cabanillas retires after this spin already in the first lap with a broken suspension. The 16-year-old Antonelli has won the F4 Italian and ADAC Formula 4 in Germany this season. While Antonelli is unchallenged at the top, there is a battle for the podium places between Team Denmark and Team Brazil, both hoping for a medal. This dream disappears into thin air for Team Korea, who drops to last place after a driving mistake. Andrea Kimi Antonelli is the lone driver at the front. The young Italian wins the gold medal for Italy with a lights-to-flag victory. Manuel Espirito Santo from Team Portugal wins the silver medal and finishes second. Bruno Del Pino Ventos from Team Spain finishes third, taking the bronze. The battle for the gold medal in the touring cars is decided in the second round. After the dominant driver this weekend and pole sitter Gilles Magnus from Belgium has to retire with technical problems, Dutchman Tom Coronel takes over the lead. The drivers fight hard for every position. A lot of contact between Team Ireland and Team France. And the contact between Team Germany and Team Brazil is not without consequences. A little later, the Brazilian has to end his race. None of this bothers Team Netherlands. Tom Coronel wins the gold for Oranje. Second place on the road goes to Team Ireland, but a 5-second penalty for Jack Young means Team Spain inherits the silver medal. In the karting sprint junior final, Peru's Andres Cardenas, number 105, is off to a good start. Together with Frenchman Jules Caranta and Brazilian Gabriel Cunican, he is able to pull away from the rest of the field early on. Behind the top trio, the chasers lose a lot of time due to some fierce battles. In the fight for the gold, Caranta and Cardenas pass Cunican. The Brazilian falls back to third place. Team France's Jules Caranta crosses the finish line first, but a 5-second post-race penalty for Caranta drops him down the order, elevating Team Peru to gold status. An historic moment, not only the first medal for Peru, but also the first gold medal. Brazil takes silver, Denmark secures bronze. In the karting sprint senior final, 3 medal favorites quickly emerge. Poleman Eli Goldstein from Belgium, Israel's Ariel Elkin, and Ivan David from Sri Lanka. While Team Belgium is able to pull away, the other two are fighting for second place. David eventually makes a move, stick for second and the silver medal, with Elkin taking a well-deserved bronze. Eli Goldstein takes first place and Team Belgium's first ever karting gold medal. The second Belgian gold medal was won in the 4-hour karting endurance race, which was held for the first time. After 318 laps, the 4 drivers Maxime Drone, Jeremy Peclea, Sita van Meert, and Antoine Morlaix came out on top. The silver medal belongs to Team Spain, bronze goes to Team Czech Republic. Karting slalom is also a team discipline. A team consists of 1 female and 1 male driver. The goal is to drive as fast as possible through a marked course. Penalty points are incurred for hitting cones. In the final, Team Germany will meet Team Belgium. Every driver has 2 runs. The times achieved are added together. There is a penalty of 3 seconds for each cone touched. And the German drivers on the right side of the course show their outstanding form in the final as well. Without any penalty points, Annika Spielberger and Sebastian Romberg master the course and win with 16.7 seconds ahead of Team Belgium. The bronze medal goes to Team Poland. The rules are the same in car slalom. The big difference, the teams drive the course in an Opel Corsa E with 216 Newton meters of power. In the final, Team Germany will meet Team Slovakia. In the second half of the course, Team Germany, who are on the right-hand side, pull away. Claire Schonborn with a perfect run. Together with her partner Marcel Hellberg, she wins the next gold medal for Team Germany. Silver goes to Slovakia. Georgia wins its first medal at the Motorsport Games with a bronze.